So, I finally rewatched Parasite, and I think I get why people still bring it up years later. It's one of those movies that hits you in the face quietly. Like, it doesn't yell or try to be dramatic for no reason. It just shows you stuff and lets your brain panic on its own. Anyway, I want to go through the movie in detail. The story, the style, the characters, the scenes that hit hardest, the themes, and why this movie somehow stressed me out more the second time. I'll talk about what worked, what surprised me again, and one or two things that stopped me from giving it a perfect score. Rating will be at the end. Let's get into it. 1. Storytelling and tone. Plot-wise, Parasite is simple. One poor family slowly gets involved with a rich family. But the way it plays out is so smooth that you don't even realize when the movie shifts from kinda funny to, wait, why am I sweating? The first half is honestly hilarious. The Kims are hustlers in the most casual way I've ever seen. They're forging documents like they're doing casual homework. They talk their way into jobs like signing up for a gym trial. They fake those tutoring credentials so confidently that if they sold me a degree, I'd probably frame it. And then the tone starts sliding. Not suddenly, just step by step. It's like you're walking down the stairs and didn't notice how far you've gone until you look back up. The genre shifts smoother than I change my mind about dinner, which is honestly an embarrassing amount of times. By the time the movie is fully serious, you don't even notice the switch. You're just tense. This is something Bong Joon-ho is stupidly good at. He sets up tone so cleanly that I wonder why I can't even set up an IKEA shelf without crying. 2. Visuals and cinematography. Let's talk about how this thing looks, because wow, the Park's house looks so perfect that it makes me want to apologize to my own room for existing. Every shot in that house feels planned to death. Straight lines, sunlight, expensive-looking wood, everything. Meanwhile, the Kim's basement, it's like the universe said, let's remind you life is unfair. You can practically smell the humidity through the screen. The contrast is so extreme that even if someone watched this movie on mute while eating chips, they'd still get the point. Bong uses space as a visual diagram of power. The rich are literally always higher up. Their house sits on a hill, their living room is raised, their table is level with your forehead. Even their couch looks like it costs more than my entire existence. I also love how the camera moves. It's not fancy, it's clean. It glides around calmly like it's judging everyone quietly. Characters and performances. The Kim family is honestly one of my favorite movie families. They're chaotic but united. Everyone has a skill. Everyone hustles. They could probably run a whole startup if they wanted. Their chemistry is perfect. You can tell they've been broke for a long time because the way they problem solve is almost professional. They're basically broke Avengers. Then there's the Park family. Super polite, super rich, and super clueless. Lovely people, but they're so out of touch they'd probably thank a burglar for visiting. Their cluelessness isn't exaggerated, it's just how rich people act when the world has never pushed them. My favorite detail is how open they are. Their house is 90% windows. They don't need walls, they have money. The smell thing hits harder on rewatches. And honestly, when they kept talking about the smell, I started checking myself. Like, wait, is this about me? The performances are so natural you forget it's a movie. No one is overacting, no one is trying to oppress the camera. Everyone just is their character. Tension and pacing. This movie builds tension in a way that feels invisible. No jump scares, no loud music telling you to feel things. Sometimes there's not even music at all. And yet I'm sitting there more stressed than when my mom says, "Can we talk?" The scene where the Kims are chilling in the living room and the Parks suddenly come home early, that scene should be studied in film schools forever. You can feel every footstep, every breath, every second of them hiding under that table feels like it's trying to age me. Parasite has this skill where even normal scenes feel like something bad could happen at any moment. And when the chaotic stuff finally starts happening, it doesn't feel random. You saw it coming, you just didn't know when. The pacing is also tight. Even the quiet parts don't feel slow because the movie keeps giving you new information to chew on. Themes. Here's the thing. Parasite looks deep, but it's actually simple, and that's what makes it brilliant. It's not trying to say 30 things at once. It's saying one thing in 30 different ways. Money changes everything. Where you live, what opportunities you get, how people speak to you, whether you can climb up in life, literally and symbolically. The rich family isn't evil, the poor family isn't innocent. That's the point. Society itself is the parasite host situation. It forces people into certain roles. You don't need a full TED Talk to get this movie. The movie gives you the message quietly through behavior and reactions, not speeches. And the movie is also weirdly funny about it. There's something darkly hilarious about watching the Kims treat survival like a daily side quest, while the Parks stress about whether their camping gear is aesthetic enough. Scenes that stand out. The flood scene is insane. The way it's shot makes you feel like you're drowning too. Water just keeps rising. Everything they own becomes trash within minutes. The flood hits so hard it made me rethink every time I've complained about rain ruining my hair. The basement reveal? Pure madness. I still remember seeing it for the first time and going, okay, this movie has fully snapped. The way Bong lights that whole sequence, those shaky lights, that long corridor, it feels like a horror movie but more human. And then the ending. No spoilers, but the last 15 minutes hit like someone unplugging a microwave mid-heating. Sharp, sudden, wrong. The amount of stress is unbelievable. It's so stressful that after it ended, I needed a break, a snack, and maybe a therapist. The final montage too, that fantasy sequence, hurts more on repeat watches. You know it's never happening, and the movie knows you know that. That's why it's brutal. Humor. The humor is so natural. No big comedic timing, no loud reactions, just character-based comedy. Like when people are lying with full confidence, or when the rich family says something unintentionally offensive, or when everything is calm but you can tell their lives are 1 second away from disaster. The jokes aren't jokes, they're observations, and then slowly the movie squeezes the humor out until there's none left. It's honestly genius. Why it's not a 5 out of 5 for me? The only reason I didn't give this a perfect score is because the second half, while amazing, moves a bit too fast for me. Not bad fast, just different from the super tight, calm build-up at the first half. It's a personal thing, not an actual flaw. The movie is still almost perfect. Final rating. So yeah, after rewatching it with fresh eyes, I'm giving Parasite a 4.5 out of 5. If I ever give it a full 5, it'll probably be because life finally hits me hard enough that the ending feels even more real.